Hi, good morning. Welcome. So it's Sunday, March 2nd. It's still really early. And I woke up with this feeling. It was like a softness. And then I did my Course in Miracles reflection on lesson 60. And what was coming into me was this feeling and this hope that we're moving away from seeking to oppose, and we're more moving into a time of seeking to understand. And in the broader sense, I have felt that, and maybe it's generational, I don't know, but not so much. I feel like every generation has some of this. Like, we're just exhausted maybe by when you go online and you just go to look at the comments to see who's opposing each other out of ego. Like, have to get my take on this, and everybody's got to see it, and more into a time of seeking to understand, like understand someone's intention. And so that softness, I woke up with it and I was like, what is this about? And that's what came. And so I thought, why not for this Sunday, kind of the end of one weekend and beginning of the week, feel into that. And so I brought out the Woodland Warden's Oracle. It's so beautiful, soft, delicate, but deep and intense with its messages. And then to clarify, it's just going to be a brief reading. The Spirit Song Tarot, of course, every time I say that, who knows what's going to happen. But this is so beautiful and delicate and just, I love it. So let's see if there are any the cat for messages to come through. I just realized when I looked in the mirror, or the camera, I have my avocado shirt on. I use it for painting and sleeping, and so hola. It's one of my favorites. It makes me just so happy. I'm kind of sad I started painting in it because I want it to last forever. It was a gift. So thank you, Spirit, for these soft messages of just softening into awareness and moving away from just seeking out of ego to oppose and let people know where we stand. Does it matter if we let people know where we stand? It's an honest question. I haven't thought about it yet. Does it really matter if we just see everything as it is and with acceptance, and really with trying to understand other people, trying to understand ourselves? I don't know. Softening into awareness, I really like that. Instead of becoming rigid in opposition. So thank you for those messages, Spirit. We have the opossum and peony, bashfulness. Well, that's interesting. I wonder what that has to do. I mean, that guy looks a little, it's cute. Oh, peonies are beautiful, yeah. I haven't thought about that flower in a while. So, let's see what it has to say. The opossum and peony, 28. Those darn Roman numerals. They always get me. Bashfulness. To play possum is to remain quiet and still when faced with danger. The expression comes from the opossum's unique reaction to fear. It keels over and pretends to be dead. This is an instinctual response and an effective one. Spotting what appears to be a dead opossum, predators will often lose interest. Similarly, the beautiful peony flower is associated with bashfulness. According to Greek mythology, nymphs who wished to hide from mortal eyes would disguise themselves as peonies. In the upright, like in the positive light, you may wish to hide away from the world. While periods of solitude are necessary and healthful, be sure your retreat isn't driven by fear. If it was in the reverse, or the shadow element of this, is while you've recently been shaken, perhaps you've passed through some turmoil or endured a disorienting change. You're now ready to stand on your own 2 feet. And the message, how do I respond to fear, instinctually or otherwise? And I wonder if that's the message is that underlying feeling of fear keeps us contracted and only seeking to oppose. I've got to just react and interject my opinion. And so when we soften, I love the softness of the bashfulness. This did bring a soft vibe, a soft feeling. So I just thought we'll just pull a few cards to help clarify this further. And I love getting some more nuance in the messages instead of what's seemingly on the surface. And this certainly did that. I'm like, what does bashfulness have to do with it? And it really highlighted that what that underlying drive is to interject opposition is fear. I'm fearing like I'm not going to be heard. No one's going to see my point of view, or I'm not going to be able to connect with the people who share my point of view. There's a fear like, I've said this before, I've got to scream into the void of social media so that I'm heard, even though we're not hearing each other and we're not having conversations. But that's our feeling like, what do I do with this fear energy? What do I do with it? And then it goes out online and I've got to get in some comments. I've got to just, And don't you feel that vibe when you go into a comment section? Don't you feel that? You're like, these people are not seeking to understand. They're driven out of fear. And I don't know it's all kinds of different fears. So thank you, Spirit. Let's see what messages you have to help tease this apart a little more. Thank you. We have the Emperor. There's a lot of rigid thinking with the Emperor. The good things are focus and stability, but oftentimes we get into like, really, it's my way. It's that, I feel like when you go into a comment section, there's a lot of emperors in there. Like, really like more contracted, armored up, ready to react. Very reactionary, the Emperor. But the positive is, when he's ready to act, it's on behalf of the people in his tribe. He can defend. Again, we ended with a message yesterday of like integrating lightness and shadow, the light and dark aspects of things. So the light is, there's a lot of focus and stability, maybe a stability of character even, but the underlying fear of the Emperor drives us into reactionary mode and rigid thinking. It's my way or the highway. I'm not even listening to your point of view. And then the Four of Shells. This is the Four of Cups, which is soul searching and reevaluation. That's the feeling this morning. I'm like, I feel like we're moving into a time of seeking acceptance and understanding and softening. Because we're like, what has that other stuff gotten us? The fear responses, it feeds the cycle of fear. Fear, outward manifestation of hate. Inward feeling of fear, outward manifestation of hate. Fear, hate, fear, hate. It's like, yuckies. And the Four of Shells is this reevaluation period. There's this vibe of like the sitting beneath the tree and reevaluating, like, wait, hold on, I don't want more of the same. I have all this love here. It's time to, like, how am I going to use this and share it? And I love the underwater aspect of this and the bird on the water and the sun. These cards are beautiful. I'm going to hold these up if I remember. And the King of Acorns is this King of Wands. It's optimism, innovation, and look at this horse. So, and the King of Wands is acting out of integrity and passion. Oh, I love this. I don't know if we need any more, but I will end by showing you the heart work. Heart work. Oh, I didn't mean to say that, but I like it. Heart work. I'm going to trademark that. Don't you go do it first. I'm going to artwork. The Emperor is this I guess a lion or cheetah or cougar. I don't know my big cats. I just know my little cats. And then the Four of Shells, which is the Four of Cups. Look at that beautiful. Is that a heron? It's whatever water bird. Oh, this artwork's amazing. King of Acorns. I wish you could see all the colors better. They're like pastel-y, but vibrant pastel. Oh man. So it's, you can see here there's like a progression of the emperors, like in like fear mode. You can see the cats, like, and then the Four of Shells, this is like, okay, walk delicately upon this water. And it's like we're reevaluating things. Like, yeah, there's a new way to move through the world. It's not out of fear. I'm going to stand upright. And it's a delicate creature. Look at its skinny little legs and this little seahorse. I love, okay, I don't know. No, that's a shell, but I saw a seahorse. And what reminded me of is I just saw a little video. Like, the seahorse is the only species where the female injects the male with the fertilized eggs, and then the male carries them to term and births them. It's the only species like that. And I love that. It makes me think of like, oh, we can think about things differently. We don't have to play into the old roles we have seen ourselves in. We don't have to be that emperor energy out in the world. It's this flip, like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. I didn't know we had a species like that, you know, where we can both birth things into the world. Both meaning, like, if you think about duality, and also like light and dark, there's value in both. There's birthing from both. Like, and we've got to integrate the shadow aspects that actually are, that have been useful to us. There's gems in there. Toss away the negative parts of shadow. They don't serve us anymore, like seeking to oppose, and move into like integrating, like, oh wow, the seeking aspect is good, and now I'm going to turn it into understanding, and then moving into like full-on horse on its feet optimism. Like, yes, I'm passionate about this. I want to share this optimism with the world, and I'm going to seek to understand your original intent. What's your intention with the words you speak? I don't have to get hung up in the details. And this comes from somebody who's like, oh man, there was a misspelling on your website. I can't trust anything now. I'm like, you're not even looking at the quality. No, but the intention of the message is now how I try to see things, obviously. But, you know, there was a long period of my life where it's like, oh, my ego's like, oh, you did something wrong. I'm going to show you my opinion. It's not there, it's there. It's not there, it's whatever. So anyway, I really love this message, the softness of acceptance, softening into acceptance, softening into understanding, which when we soften, we can let go of that fear stuff. So thanks for being here and watching, and yeah, I hope it helps make a soft, open start to your week. Bye.